Alright, so what I've got here is 5 grams of mercuric oxide in a little bit of water. I am going to add nitric acid to this, drop by drop, until all of it dissolves, because we need to start with a slightly acidified solution of mercuric nitrate. And I'm really hoping that this will be quicker than trying to make it from the metal. And it looks like that's very much so the case. Excellent. Also, it's hard to do this without using a good bit of excess nitric acid when you're doing it from the metal. Whereas here, I'm hoping we can get pretty close to it. This is, well, measured by its density, it's 69% nitric acid. Just in case it does splatter. I don't know if mercury nitrate will go through, mercuric nitrate, rather, will go through the skin or not. It is pretty damn ionized. But, best not to find out. I know, I should probably have my hand condoms on. You might be wondering why I keep saying that. When you see these cheap vinyl gloves I've got, you'll understand why, because that's exactly what they look like. It's just obscene. I bought them, I was like, okay. But they were cheap at the dollar store, so I wouldn't trust them to be as chemically resistant as nitrile or as impervious. But they're better than nothing when you're dealing with stuff like this. The only reason I don't have one on is because I'm lazy. Alright, we have solution of potassium thiocyanate here. I am going to add this to our acidified solution of mercuric nitrate to precipitate mercuric thiocyanate. This is the stuff. Let me get some water. This stuff is thicker than I thought it would be. Ah, there we go. That's better. Okay, smell some nitrogen dioxide fumes. That's interesting. Oh well. This reaction is not it's not just a simple add everything together. It's not like the nickel tetra, or the tetracyanonickelate. This one we're going to get some mercuric sulfide here, well, after the next step. That we'll have to filter off. But anyway, this is mercury 2 thiocyanate. Probably seen Nile Red made this stuff. But, so, you know, basically this is my version of it, although not using the word toxic every 15 seconds. Just saying. God, that gets old. Anyway, you can do the Pharaoh serpent experiment with this stuff. That'd be a very, very expensive firework, man. Not even talking about the mercury contamination of the soil, because there's no place I could do it in the backyard, but I mean, mercury ain't cheap. Anywho, what I'm going to do now, and it looks like it's pretty much done, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to let this stuff settle out, or at least I'm going to try that first, and see if I can't just decant off the solution of potassium. God, I cannot talk today. The solution of potassium nitrate. I mean, if we can do it that way, that's so much easier. We can just decant that off, add some water, stir it, decant it, do that a couple times, and that'll remove enough of it. then we can just go on with the rest of the reaction. This way, I mean, the protocol says to filter this off and rinse it and isolate it, but after the tetracyanonickelate fiasco with that shit, you know, my nickel 2 cyanide nightmare, I'm going to forgo having a mercury 2 thiocyanate nightmare, and we're just going to do this the easy way, and we're not going to be, you know, purity fiending on this product as much as I normally would. I may not be a yield queen, but by God, I am a purity fiend. I like my shit should at least be reasonably pure. So, yeah. But in this case, since it's a mercury compound, I can live with there being a few stray fucking nitrate ions in there when we make the final product. So I'm going to let this settle, and I'm going to decant this a couple times, and once we are ready to move on to the next part, I will come back. Okay, everybody, so the mercuric thiocyanate has been washed a few times, so I just need to decant this off, but I wanted to fill you in on a development here. As I was continuing my reading, as I usually do, I found something very interesting. So, when I was trying to reassure myself that this is not just going to precipitate out cobalt thiocyanate all over the place, I tried doing some searching online for cobalt tetrathiocyanatomercurate, and instead what I found was mercury 2 tetrathiocyanatocobaltate. And so I looked into this more, and I found some web pages where it looked like there was a discussion going on about this compound, where it was basically a toss-up as to whether it is more properly called mercury tetrathiocyanatocobaltate or cobalt tetrathiocyanatomercurate. I then went and did a YouTube search on tetrathiocyanatocobaltate because motherfuckers have done about every goddamn cobalt complex known to humankind. And mercury 2, tetrathiocyanatocobaltate was indeed done by another channel. And not only that, they fucking did it just a couple weeks ago. Just a few weeks ago. So, yeah. But they did make it a completely different way. They set out to create mercury 2 tetrathiocyanatocobaltate, and they went about it a different way. So what this, I mean, you know, our experiment here has become the very interesting question of, if we approach it from this direction, will we get the same compound they got? If so, it was an absolutely beautiful blue. Now, they had to boil everything to get it all to work. I thought it was very interesting. This was obviously a class in India. Link in the description, of course. But there was nobody wearing gloves or in space suits. People, you know, that's probably why they're fucking smarter than us, because they do cooler shit in school. Anyway, let's go ahead and decant this. This is always kind of neat. You guys might enjoy this. This is my mercury waste for, this is for the dilute mercury waste. See how it turns black there at first? Oh, I wish I could remember what I'd already put in there. That was making it do that. It's okay, I'm going to precipitate it all out as a sulfide anyway and get it all back. Alright, so... see, and I've got my hand condoms on, even though they didn't in this other video. I'm not quite that crazy. I mean, I don't have a death wish, people. Alright, so let's turn this on. Now, this is a solution of potassium thiocyanate, exactly as much as we had the first time. It's an identical solution. This should make our solution of potassium tetrathiocyanatomercurate. And since it was set up for the stoichiometry of the original amount of mercuric oxide, since we've lost a little bit of mercury decanting this a few times, thiocyanate should be in a little bit of an excess here. And I'm wondering, do we need to heat this up and boil it? I don't remember saying anything about having to boil it. Huh. Okay, so when I heated it up, the mercuric thiocyanate appears to have reacted and dissolved very quickly. It's boiling. Everything is clear, so I'm going to take it off the heat now and let it cool down. According to the textbook, mercuric sulfide will precipitate out as it cools. This thing is off. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we'll just let it cool off now, then we'll filter off the mercuric sulfide, and then I guess we'll add the cobalt chloride solution and find out if we indeed get the same thing these other people got. Okay, well, the solution has cooled off. This shit is room temperature, and I do not see the slightest hint of mercuric sulfide. Like nothing at all. I really cannot understand why the textbook said there should be any to begin with. Maybe, I really don't know. They didn't bother to give us, like, they didn't give a reaction by which this might happen. And, like, what the hell would that produce, then? Would we have some, like, potassium cyanide in solution? You know, it'd be nice if you mentioned things like that. Anyway, so, I mean, I'm not going to filter it because it's perfectly clear. There's nothing to filter. There is literally nothing there. So, I mean, whatever. Anyway, this is our moment of truth here, people. We have our solution of cobalt chloride. Even if it fails, it'll be interesting just to answer the question. Although, well, I don't want to say what I think it's going to do, because I could be wrong. Here goes nothing. Now that's an excess. Oh my God, it's doing it! It's doing it! Oh, fuck! Yes! Yes, it worked! Ah, that is so great! That's exactly the same stuff they got! Oh my God! Oh, look at the color! Oh, wow! Boy, it'd be really nice if I had something purple to put next to it. Just saying. Yes, even in my moment of triumph, I am still bitter. Oh my God, look at that. That is lucky. Shut up. You're not allowed to bitch about it, just me. Look at that color. Oh my God, that is incredible. We gotta come down lower. Oh, wow. That is the most beautiful azure blue. God. Oh, that is marvelous. That is fucking marvelous. Ah, that is so great. I love every fucking thing about this. Oh my God. That is wonderful. Wonderful. And I swear to Christ, I'm not going to spill this shit. This shit is so getting filtered, and it is going to go in a bottle, and it's going to go on a shelf, and I am going to love it and cherish and keep it and hold it forever. Unless somebody wants to buy it, of course. That's right, I am a chemical whore. Everything is for sale here, people. Let me just make that clear. Alright. I am going to filter this off, and we will take a look at this puppy before we wrap this up. Alright, people, there it is. That is the solid compound. I have pressed it dry as much as I can. I'm gonna put it in the desiccator and let it dry out overnight before I bottle it. Gonna make damn sure I don't spill it, because I can deal with repeating the chromate one twice, but not this one. But there you go. We have answered the question. You can go about it any way you like. It really does appear to be true. The two preparations are equivalent, whether you go for the thiocyanatocobaltate or thiocyanatomercurate complex first, you're going to end up with the same product in the end. So that is absolutely fucking cool. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, I don't know what the hell you're still watching this channel for. Subscribe, share the video, please comment, let me know what you think, and until the next one, y'all, I will see you later. God damn it, that's so great. That is so great.